Hi, Gaio. Today we are going to compare two versions, two out of the three, because I don't have the third one, of Jim Rugg's Octobriana. So we have, well, yeah, I guess right off the bat, I love the premise of all of this. I'm kind of obsessive in my own artwork where I'll draw something two or three times where I like how it looks a certain way. I like how it looks another way, but then I have to choose the best one. I love this because it's just I have a very meticulous nature, and seeing somebody take the exact same comic and doing it three different ways. Like I said, I just have the two here. Really, really is great. So right off the bat, what we have Octobriana 1986. This is a black and white explosion comic. And then we have 1976, which is a callback to all the color separations and the garish kind of style of that time. It's really good stuff. So we're just going to kind of compare the two because the really interesting thing about how all this runs is that you get different things brought out from doing the comic different ways. I mean, there's one page on there where I'll kind of end on it, but really good stuff where the black and white and then the color, you see the same thing, but in two completely different ways. Just really amazing stuff. So we start off here comparing these two pages. Now, one of my favorite panels in the whole deal is this one down here, and it is such great storytelling. You know, catastrophe, click, because it's just a good moment because there's this gathering of people. These people are worried about something. They're recording what they're doing. Click, and then the close up of the face. We must stop them. And I love silhouette stuff. Really good deal. But here is a good start on how two things are complete. Just like the same thing but brought out two different ways. So of course we have the good contrast with the black and white. We have the kind of this faux duotone stuff going on here. But then we have the different color eye, and so I love the contrast of all the colors in there. Just really clever application, and to kind of give you a heads up, that is the great thing about both of these. I mean, you just by giving everything different textures and different colors, all of that, you really get some amazing stuff. And again, we have really really good panel to panel storytelling. I think Jim Rugg does a lot of his own colors, and again, the thing I do like about black and white, um, if you run different textures, you can get just as much variance as you can add a color. Here's a really good panel for that. Close up background. You have the darker in the back, which I love. I love things that kind of don't completely follow the rules or where you put them in layers, because a lot of times a darker thing will bring it forward, but how he has it set up here with the and also with the lettering, just good stuff. Because here's an example, like this is the darkest thing, she's up front, but then it's still dark in the back, and these guys are highlighted up front. I love variance of texture and light and dark, just really good stuff. Again, here's another good one, silhouette, people riding this bear. Yeah, I mean, I love silhouette black and white stuff, and again, cleverly and well done. So I do, and also this is something that you catch a little bit more in the color. At least it catches my eye more. Is that basically it's a two-page spread, but panels are put on top of the spread to tell the story. So this is almost like there's the whole forest, and then you got little trees of color in there. And again, so you have the snow here, and then it's brought out just a little bit better with the color. But again, sometimes the black and white does a better job. So really, really good stuff. Oh, another favorite panel here. Um, I don't know what that is that they're riding, but it is pretty cool. And again, I love all the textures. Oh, slide it over. I love all the textures and the black and whites and different application of looks like it, digital shade duotone, really good stuff. I like how this is a really good way to break up the panel, but it's still they're riding this pterodactyl dinosaur thing. But then on the other side here, I love the green mixed in with all these other colors. The stars are really a standout to me. Again, more silhouettes. I love cleverly put silhouettes. And again, he is changing up his storytelling a little bit too, which is pretty cool because he could have had this panel as the whole 2-page spread and then put stories, put his little dots on top of it. But no, he puts that, breaks it up with the black, and then yeah, changing it up at every moment. Also, so I'm a car guy. Anything that rolls and goes. I do love that he has motorcycles on this train. The train is hauling motorcycles, but really good use of the black and white, where everything is either black or very heavy grays, and then the gunshots are white. Really good stuff. And then here's another good example of layering. So we have this dark arm really close. She is obviously the focus, so she is all the lightest color, but then he is grayed out in the background. So really good layering. And also, there's a little bit more texture on him, and there's almost none on that guy, so that's another good deal. Oh, and I guess on the color side, so we have it a little bit bright yellow and then warm orange around the edges. Same thing with the boot here. Really, just yeah. I cannot stop gushing about all this. Let's find a couple of the favorites here. So yeah. So we got this. Oh, another good panel that looks really amazing side to side, because these are the decisions sometimes that gets me, like the close up of her face. I will draw things a couple different ways and I'll be like, "Man, I can only pick one of them." Well, you don't have to pick one of them if you do 2 or 3 books. So, I love it. I love it. It just again, very much appeals to my sensibilities. Oh, here's another great big page, and I could just go on and on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I guess the thing I'll talk about. Man, just so good. So good. The thing I'll talk about here that I love, something I talk about with Carl Barks a lot, is he will, in his storytelling, he will change. And again, if you're looking to do dynamic storytelling, dynamic placement of all your stuff, no outline. Oh, there's a box there. No borders, nothing. And then a circle, but then also the circle is the crosshairs. But really clever panel design, clever layouts, all of that. And I look at this often because it's just really good, a really good way to tell a story, challenge yourself, and get better at stuff. Okay, I'll flip over to one of the two favorite shots in this whole story here. I love the whole story, but this is another one of those where you could only do it one way in color and another in pages are sticking together. One way in color and another way in the black and white. Did I go too far? Looks like I did. Let's back up one more. Oh, one more. Here we go. Here we go. This is wonderful. Okay, so this is the tank shooting the monster because she's climbed inside of the tank that was on the train. Again, here you have, and this was a really cool thing. You should watch Jim Rugg's videos about making this stuff, because this is the one where he was getting some weird styrations. The printer didn't quite do it right, and these didn't quite come out right. They were crossed up and they didn't come out. But look at this. That is masterful in him doing that. And also, I just caught it now. So all these look like they're pretty much part of the same circle. So really, really good stuff. So this, if you could find the corresponding line, that goes around the whole deal. Really good stuff. And then in here we have what looks like brush strokes. So yep, amazing panels. All right, I've been yakking for quite a bit, so let's go to. Oh boy, I can't not look at this panel. This is another example of you could only do it one way in color versus one way in black and white. I should have bookmarked these. Well, shoot, the whole thing's really a treat. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So basically, he takes the opportunity to, both really well done, amazing, speed lines, action, great layouts, but then it's 3D. He did a 3D page. Amazing. I love it. I love it. And so, so we'll end on this last thing, which is my favorite out of the whole book. Here, let's hem-hawing around. Okay, so these two layouts. When I read this, I read this first, and then I read this later, and there's so much in here. Like her fist, you just see different things because the black and white you can't completely vary everything with all of it, but look at this star here to show a punch. Of course, you have good grays and lights and everything, but then that smash is brought out a little bit more, and there's a little bit more contrast with. So there's an extra star in this one that quite isn't brought out in that. It would probably been too many layers on this black and white stuff. I really like this fist. Really good stuff because she's fighting Robot Stalin, and yeah, at every turn, this is the thing. Like if you're making comics and you make a page where I really have to look at it for a while to not necessarily figure out what's going on, but also to kind of figure out what's going on. I love visual puzzles, and that is this. Somewhere down the line, I'll definitely get the blacklight poster version, but yeah, this is really good stuff. So yeah, Jim Rugg, great job. You're definitely one of my favorite artists, colorists. Oh, he does his own color. I love that about him. He says so many times in his videos, watch Cartoonist Kayfabe. Who doesn't? But he says so many times in his videos, why would you let anybody else do your color? And this is a great example of in both of these. So until next time, pick up something that's gonna blow your mind away, man. That's gonna challenge you. That's gonna make you learn. And Jim Rugg is definitely a master of panel layouts and varying everything up to keep a story interesting. Until next time, boop.